pleasure for me to be here, and hopefully we can educate your clients a little bit on red light therapy and how your clinic and practice is bringing a whole new level of wellness to them.
Yeah, we are so excited about it. But I mean, let's hop right into it. If you could just give me a quick introduction to the Light Pod and a briefing on why people should use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a technologist and designer and builder of a lot of IT data center products, I had this vision back in 2013 when we first started investing in this company. So we're a privately held company, as you mentioned, headquartered in Denver. And I've got an amazing engineering team, manufacturing team in Denver in our facilities. And we wanted to bring whole body red light therapy to the marketplace. Prior to that, there were just these handheld targeted devices. And red light therapy is a proven wellness technology and modality that's been around since the 1970s. NASA originally used it on astronauts. And so many naturopath doctors, orthopedics, medical spas, chiropractors were using handheld red light therapy on specific targeted areas. And I had a bunch of sports injuries. I play ice hockey. I grew up playing tennis. I like to ride motorcycles, play golf. So all these sports injuries, I was using the handheld red light therapy. And with some of these terrific doctors and neurologists in Denver, so I also had a couple of pinched nerves in my neck. And so I said, gee, can't you put my whole body in one of these? And they said, this is a great idea, but it doesn't exist. And so the light bulb went off. And I said, why don't we start a company and build the industry's best and most effective whole body red light therapy? So 3.5 years in R&D, we brought our first pod to market in 2016. Wanted to make sure that we got a couple handful of doctors and referenceable owners, and then we launched a company starting in 2017, and it's been an amazing ride.
That's amazing. Also, what a good idea. I was going to ask you how you even got into it. The sports injuries are no joke. We see that all the time here in the office and in Charleston in general.
Sure. Yeah, we're fortunate because we have a number of professional sports teams around the world in the NFL, the MLB, NHL, Premier League that use our technology. We have both pods and pads. The pod is the premier product, as you mentioned, award-winning 17,000 red light therapies that are really close to the body. Our pod lights are the closest to the body across the entire industry. It makes sense because we learned from the handheld. They put the handheld right up against the skin, right? So some of these beds where you see the lights that are really far away, they'll lose as much as 80% of their effectiveness and penetration deep into the 30 trillion cells across your body.
Wow. Yeah. Rolling back to the athletes, because we are home to Kiowa Island and the ocean course, it's number 4 course in the entire nation. I see an insane amount of golfers. I have a ton of sports enthusiasts in here. Can you share with us a few of the teams, athletes, or celebrities using the pod right now?
Yeah, sure. We've got a number of, probably the most state-of-the-art team, the practice facility are the Las Vegas Raiders. So they have our pod in their Intermountain training facility in Henderson, Nevada. And then they also use the pads. They take the pads for away games. So early in the season, the Raiders were playing the Chargers. The Chargers also were using our pads. And one of the athletes got injured and they went to that blue tent. They opened up and there was our pad sitting in there. So that's pretty cool. But teams like the Calgary Flames for the NHL, Chicago Blackhawks, Arizona Diamondbacks are just some examples of professional teams. And we have lots of pro athletes. For the Miami Heat, use a pod that's located at the Caroline Resort in Miami. Former athletes like Rob Gronkowski, Ozzie Albies, all-star shortstop for the Atlanta Braves, use our pods. Max Crosby, huge fan of our pods. He's the beast of the Raiders defensive line. So yeah, we have tons of athletes that use it. We did have 2 full-page ads in the Golf Essential magazine. You see us sometimes do events, like the waste management event in Scottsdale, Arizona, and others. So yeah, golfers use it a lot. We're in a number of hotel resorts. So like the Westin Scottsdale Kierland, home of lots of golfers. They'll use our pods and our pads at those locations. Caroline Resort, Miami. If you're traveling over to Macau, the Wynn Resort Macau, we have a pod in Doha, Qatar. So during the World Cup last year, tons of world-class soccer players were in our pod as part of the World Cup facility. So yeah, we have a lot of fun with these athletes.
I'll say you have so many all over the place, all over the world.
Sure.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it so much. We just got to get the Yankees to get a pod next. I'll tell you what.
Well, they had a tough World Series, but a great season.
It was a rough one, but we're still here. But I wanted to dive in a little bit more on different conditions. Now, a really cool one that, I was so interested in when I was learning about the PRISM Light Pod is that you're doing some work with the University of Florida with muscular dystrophy. Could you tell me a little bit more about how all that's going and what you guys are seeing?
Yeah, we really rely on doctors like yourself because you guys have the patients. And so we're very much a science-based technology. And one of the studies is being conducted at the University of Florida at their Rare Immune Research Facility on muscular dystrophy and the effects that they have on patients. So we're seeing significant increase in muscle mass, improvements in circulation, and just overall flexibility, with some of these patients. We've also had a lot of luck with MS patients, a tremendous amount of success with them. But the one from University of Florida is actually a specific clinical study. And we'll often work with our doctors like yourselves to submit those studies to like the National Health Institute. The NIH has more than 7,000 scientific research studies on the benefits of red light therapy. And in conjunction with other groups around the world, there are over 10,000 scientific studies. So it's a very proven technology, completely non-invasive. You can't hurt yourself if you use the right type of red light therapy. And so we do participate in events around the world. We were just in London earlier last year at the photobiomodulation show. And we take all the scientists around the world who've been studying red light therapy, since the 60s, and bringing forth lots and lots of clinical trials and research papers. During COVID, we did there was a study in Toronto showing the impact of improving circulation, draining lymphatic systems using red light therapy with COVID patients. So yeah, lots of research behind it.
That's really cool. So, rolling even more into that, I see a lot of people in here with mold exposure. I mean, we're right in Charleston. We're located right on the coast. Have you guys seen a lot of mold exposure with the red light and especially with the lymphatic drainage?
Yeah, we have. I would say clearly mileage varies, right, depending on the types of conditions. But yeah, I think the way the red light works is typical human body is about 30 trillion cells. And so it makes up your blood cells, stem cells, tissues, organs. And so what it does is it takes all the benefits of the sun without any of the harmful UV rays or gamma rays. And it just energizes your 30 trillion cells. It's going to accelerate the repair and reproduction of healthy cells up to 10 times faster than your natural body's healing process. So, think of it as just a supercharge. In 15 minutes, you're going to supercharge your entire body. It's great for preventative maintenance. And so any type of diseases, like mold or things that people get afflicted with are attacking those cells. And when you combine it with eating healthy, staying away from high inflammatory ingredients, such as oil, sugar, flour, processed flour, dairy, and salt, and substituting with like, oat milk or sea salt or, coconut oil instead of canola oil, those types of things. And then exercising, watching your weight. That is really the best medicine for eliminating some of these harmful effects, such as mold infestation.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to talk to you because, with our training in this and my team being exposed to the red light and they love it, one of their first questions they ever brought up to me was, do I have to wear sunglasses in here? Should I be wearing the little goggles as if I'm in a tanning bed? Now, everything I've seen, I mean, helping with macular degeneration and color, differences in your retina. Could you just say a little tidbit on whether or not you should or shouldn't use eyewear protection?
Yeah, it's optional. So we're not using infrared light waves, which is over 900 nanometers or higher. So we stay within 630, 660, and 850 near infrared. So there's nothing that is harmful to your eyes. Now, some people may find that the lights are quite bright and they choose to wear eye protection just because it's a little bit more comfortable. But there isn't anything that's harmful in the specific light waves that we've used. And there's actually NIH studies that shows that the right wavelengths of light actually improves the retina in color recognition. So I wear glasses and I do my annual eye exam with my optometrist. And last time I went in there, he said, geez, Carl, your eyes actually improved. I'm not getting any younger. So clearly it has to be the red light therapy because I use it on a regular basis.
That's amazing. I love it. Oh, I love it. And I will say too, of course, being in the holistic healthcare facility world, we do get a decent amount of skeptics. So what would you say to someone that's skeptic about, I know you've covered safety, but what about effectiveness? What would you say to somebody who's really skeptic and kind of wants to be hands off on this kind of thing?
Yeah, I would say, so first of all, we're FDA registered device. It's completely non-invasive. It cannot harm you. So you owe it to yourself to try it. And what I suggest is whether you have muscular pain, hopefully you're not strict with something like MS. I've actually seen patients come in a wheelchair, use the pod regularly for several weeks, walk back in, no wheelchair, no cane, and back to work on a full-time basis. So there are videos, user videos. If you go to YouTube to our PRISM LightPod channel with tons of end user videos, including the one that I just referenced. She did a video reference for us. But try it. Focus in an area of pain because there are 4 pain settings and 2 aesthetic settings. We don't ever want to see people in pain. So let's focus in on eliminating whatever pain you have. Purchase several sessions. Your body has to build up the red light. Okay, so you will feel something after one session. One of the things that I tell people, particularly if you're middle age, before you get in the pod, just bend down. Don't hurt your back, but see how far your hands touch the ground or close to the ground. And then after you come out, do a light pod session. When you come out, do that again, and you'll be amazed at how much more flexible you are. I mean, you drop 4 to 6 inches, just from one light pod session. So clearly something is happening. And then if you have a pain area, I love to cook and I sliced my finger a few years ago and I've got some nerve damage there. And when I lay in the light pod, I can actually feel the feeling in my finger. So the red light is activating those damaged cells in that finger, right? So if you've got weight loss and body contouring, it's a great application. So, Dr. Mal and her team can take measurements before, get in the light pod. You'll lose 2 to 4 inches with one light pod session. I mean, it's pretty undeniable. So, like I said, 10,000 studies around the world, been around for over 50 years, proven technology with no harmful effects.
I'll tell you what, the weight loss, stuff, it is mind blowing. So we got the pod a few weeks back and we furnished the room now, but I had my brother come try it and he's a big skeptic. But he lost a pant size overnight. So the weight loss is no joke. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, before I even totally dove in with you guys, I called all the facilities that I could find that have a pod and asked about their weight loss stuff. And I mean, the results are insane. We're talking 1 to 10 inches off the body in one 15-minute session. It's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. The light actually shrinks the fat cells in your body, and then it's going to help with the eliminating the toxins, lymphatic drainage. I know Dr. Mal bundles it with a shake pad. So get in the pod, come out, 8 to 15 minutes on the shake pad, and all the toxins and lymphatic drainage goes away.
It's incredible. I'm so excited for all of our patients and all of Charleston really to get to come and experience this. I mean, it's just going to be a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled that you're bringing this state-of-the-art technology, to the Charleston area. Beautiful city. Absolutely love Charleston. And yeah, I think your clients will love it.
I'm excited. You got to come down here for a visit. But for the sake of time, I just want to thank you today for coming out and chatting with us. I'm sure all of my practice members are going to love this video and just adore you, of course, too. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And for the rest of y'all watching the video, go ahead and schedule that mapping session. Our schedule is booking up really quick. So you're going to want to jump on that now. I will drop more details below to tell you a little bit more about what we've got going on.
Yeah, thanks so much. And yeah, to your clients, thanks for your time. And you guys are in great hands. So we're really appreciative of the partner that we have with Dr. Mal. All right, take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.